Well, hello and welcome back to Let's Discuss with John Barba. So, we have elections coming up this next week. I know we've had early elections here in my area, and election day is actually Tuesday. So get out and vote. But the topic for today is watch out for the political manipulation going on right now. A lot of financial news has come out this week, and the Fed all of a sudden has decided not to raise rates just yet. All of this um, is a game. Okay, they 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 play around and they manipulate some of the numbers, and like the 10-year treasuries have dropped significantly in the last couple of days since the Fed meeting, which means interest rates are easing just a little bit. And we need to be watching what's really going on and what they're doing to manipulate things, because jobs report came out today. Not I mean, it missed the mark quite a bit, which is all very telling about what's really happening in the marketplace. I mean, the jobs report is unfortunately not a very good report. It's a survey. I mean, the you would think with all the money that we're dumping into the IRS that the IRS could give the government real numbers about how many people are employed or not employed in the US, how many new people have gone to work for certain companies. That should be fairly easy because they have to report to the IRS, right? But we don't get real numbers. We do a survey uh, in different industries to determine whether people are getting hired or not hired. And apparently, we had 150,000 new hires. But I ask you all watching this video, does it feel like they've hired 150,000 people out there? I know it's anecdotal, from things that I hear from people and responses I get to our videos, but not a whole lot of jobs out there. There are not a whole lot of opportunities for people to get work. Yes, if you want minimum wage jobs, there are definitely some out there. But if you've been gainfully employed and all of a sudden you find yourself laid off, as some of my friends have, I've seen at least, two or three people that I personally know that have been laid off in the last week. Okay. So um, there's a lot of manipulation in the reports that come out. And we need to watch that because of our economy, as you well know, has been, what's the technical term for it? Going in the shitter for the last 2 years. Um, it's doing that because of manipulation of businesses. And, our administration can say all day long how great and wonderful and bright and shiny everything is. But that's not how I feel or you feel when we go to the grocery store. That's not how you feel or I feel if we want to buy a car or a house because interest rates are through the roof. So now they're starting to manipulate that stuff because we have a presidential election coming up next year. The we are about to get into full force politics and manipulation. Um, those that are up for reelection in the Senate want to manipulate things, and of course, the entire House of Representatives gets reelected next year. They're going to, they're inside the Beltway folks are going to start manipulating stuff like you cannot believe to try to make things look better. We have to pay attention to that though, because it doesn't feel better. And regrettably, they've they have dug us such a big hole, it's probably going to feel worse before it feels better. So start paying attention to this stuff. Don't take these reports. Um, don't take the news at face value. Dig into it a little bit. I mean, the numbers that they give us are questionable anyway, but I've mentioned this before on some other videos. Um, Always go back like a couple of weeks after they do a jobs report or an unemployment report and look at how they've been revised because they always revise the numbers. And all the revisions that I've seen lately, maybe I've missed one, they've all been revised down to worse than what was reported because nobody reports the revisions. You don't hear that on NBC or CNN, and sometimes you don't even hear about it on places like Fox. They don't talk about the revisions, but they're there. They're more realistic numbers, and they're not very good. So be smart, folks. Be smart. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Don't listen to the talking heads. And by all means, I tell you right now, if you happen to be watching me and living in Texas, if you haven't voted already, you better vote Tuesday because there's one in particular proposal that's extremely important to us. That's on property taxes. This is one of those rare opportunities where you can actually make a difference for yourself when you vote. Um, and we need to lower our taxes in Texas. It's a proposition to do that. We need to vote yes to lower our property taxes. For the rest of you, get prepared to vote for next November because um, we can't keep going like this, ladies and gentlemen. Um, there's so much manipulation out there, and I've been talking about the financial side of it, but the DOJ is messing with industries right now, in particular the real estate industry. And my personal opinion is they're they're trying to mandate what people in real estate can make, like they do with the mortgage business. By the way, when they mandated with Dodd-Frank what loan officers could make, that didn't affect the rates. They affected the rates. Um, and so you mess with what a real estate agent makes, so that's not going to change the price of a home. It will probably change the quality of the representation that you get, and not in a good way. But, again, behind the scenes, people in the Beltway keep messing with us. We've got to stop it. We've got to vote these people out. We've got to take back control. So, again, pay attention, be careful. The political manipulation is well in force. Don't fall for it. Hope you have a very good weekend, a blessed weekend. Enjoy yourself, your family, and your many blessings. And we will talk to you again next week.